Hey, good afternoon, second graders. We are ready for math. It is math lesson 11, and it should be in your Friday folder. You should have some sprints. You should have your application problem. You should have your problem set. And you should have the exit ticket. Okay? You're going to have all of that. So you get that, and I need to get my timer for our sprint. Okay, let's get started. Let's go on and let's do a little fluency practice before we do that sprint, okay? So, if I have this number on the board, it is number 11. So, if I want to make that in tens and ones, I would say I have 1, 10, 1, 1. Okay? 1, 10, 1, 1. If I continue to count and I said 12, I would have 1, 10, 2 ones. Okay? If I did 13, I would have 1, 10, 3 ones. Okay? And if I went on and on and on, I would do that. 14 would be 1, 10, 4 ones. 15 would be 1, 10, 5 ones. Well, let me show you if we get past that, and let's say we have 18. We would have 1, 10, and 8 ones. This is counting, okay? This is some counting that we're doing by unit form. 1, 10, 8 ones, unit form. Not our uniform, but unit form. Well, if we put 19, we would have 1, 10, 9 ones. But my next number is 20. So I would have to jump up and now say I have 2 tens and 0 ones. 21 would be 2 tens, 1, 1. And we would just continue like that, counting, okay? Okay, so that is counting by unit form, okay? And we could take this all the way up into bigger numbers. So even if I started, let's say if I had 97, I would have 9 tens and 7 ones. 98 would be 9 tens, 8 ones. 99 would be 9 tens, 9 ones. If I went to 100, I would say 1, 100. 0 tens, 0 ones. Okay? Counting by unit form. So we can write any number in unit form. The thing that we have to know is that if I have this number, this is the tens and that is the ones. And I read that from left to right. I always read from left to right with my numbers. I read left to right with my words. Okay? If I had this number, 219, I would read from left to right, and I would be hundreds, tens, and ones. Reading from left to right. Okay? Okay. Now, let's do our sprint. So let's get your sprint out. Okay? Your sprint today is just adding and subtracting to 10. Adding and subtracting to 10. That is your sprint. You should be able to do this pretty quickly. Okay? Pencils up. When my timer beeps, you put your pencil down. Ready? Go. And pencils down. Okay. Let's see if you have the answers. Okay, here we go. Number 1 is 3. Number 2, 3. Number 3, 2. Number 4, 1. Number 5, 5. 6, 5. 7, 4. 8, 1. 9, 9. 10, 9. 11, 8. 12, 1. 13, 5. 14, 5. 15, 3. 16, 2. 17, 7. 18, 7. 19, 5. 20, 2. 21, 8. 22, 8. 23, 6. 24, 2. 25, 6. 26, 10. 27, 8. 28, 2. 29, 7. 30, 7. 31, 4. 32, 3. 33, 8. 34, 8. 35, 5. 36, 3. 37, 9. 38, 9. 39, 6. 40, 3. 41, 9. 42, 9. 43, 4. And 44, 5. Hey, count them up. See how many you have correct. Yes. Hey, think we're going to practice this again. So, flip over to the B one. Your sprint that says B. You're going to be doing the same thing. Adding and subtracting up to 10. Pencils up. Begin. Okay, Pencils are down. Okay, well, let's check these answers. Here we go. Number 1, 4. Number 2, 4. Number 3, 3. Number 4, 1. 5 is 6. 6 is 6. 7 is 5. 8 is 1. 9 is 10. 10 is 10. 11 is 9. 12, 1. 13, 6. 14, 6. 15, 4. 16, 2. 17, 9. 18, 9. 19, 7. 20, 2. 21, 7. 22, 7. 23, 5. 24, 2. 25, 10. 26, 10. 27, 8. 28, 2. 29, 7. 30, 7. 31, 4. 32, 3. 33, 8. 34, 8. 35, 5. 36, 3. 37, 10. 38, 10. 39, 7. 40, 3. 41, 9. 42, 9. 43, 4. And 44, 5. Count them up. Did you get more than on the first one? I hope so. I hope you got more than what you did on that first one. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to move you in just a minute so you can see what we're going to do today. We're going to, I can count the total value, okay, with place value, and I'll explain this to you, discs, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing today, and I will show this to you right here. Going for a walk on the board, right here. Let me see if you can see it from back here, hopefully. It says in math, I can count the total value with place value disc. So we're going to be counting ones, tens, and hundreds using place value, okay? Using place value. So let's get started. Let's get started on this application problem. So please get your application problem out. Okay, it reads, Samantha is helping the teacher organize the pencils in her classroom. She finds 41 yellow pencils and 29 blue pencils. She throws away 12 that are too short. How many pencils are left in all? Ooh, let's read this again. Sounds like multiple steps to me, maybe two-steppers. Samantha is helping the teacher organize the pencils in her classroom. She finds 41 yellow pencils and 29 blue pencils. She throws away 12 that are too short. How many pencils are left? All right. Well, first of all, we have to get our information. We know that there are 41 yellow pencils, right? And we know that there are 29 blue pencils. Okay? It also says she threw away 12. She threw away 12 pencils. It doesn't matter what color. Now, if she threw them away, are we going to add them to this amount, or are we going to subtract them from this amount? We're going to subtract. So we're going to take away those 12 pencils. Okay? And they want to know how many pencils are left. How many left? That's what they're wanting to know. Well, if we look at this, we can't just take 12 from one of these numbers and then be finished. We're going to have to do 2 steps today. We're going to have to add, and then we're going to have to subtract. Okay? We're going to have to add, and then we're going to have to subtract. So, we're going to have to add these 2 numbers before we can subtract my 12. And then we will have our answer of how many are left. Okay? So, let's do a tape diagram. We haven't done one for a while. Okay? So, I have 41 pencils. And I'm adding, so I'm going to put my tape together. I have another 29 pencils. If I'm adding, do I need the roof to get bigger or the basement to get smaller? I need that roof to get bigger. So this is where this was going to go, okay? So now we can add. We can add these together. Okay, well, I'm going to write my problem. 41 plus 29 equals. Okay. Oh, what did I do? Mrs. Patterson. Let me do that again. 41 plus 29. There we got it. 41 plus 29. Okay, I'm going to add. Well, I see here's a 29. How many more do I need to add to 29 to get a 10? I only need to add 1. If I add 1 to it, then I'll get my 10. So, I'm going to pull out 1. If I take 1 out of my 41, I have 40 left. I have 40 left. Okay, now I can make my addition problem. Okay, 1 plus my 29. 1 plus 29. Well, if I have 29, I add 1 to it. 29 and 30. So I have 30. Now I can add my 40 to my 30. Okay? 40 plus 30. Okay? Well, I'm going to count by tens because these are both 10 numbers. And they're both 10 numbers. So I have 40. I have a 30. That means I have 3 tens. So I'm going to count 3 times. I'm going to count 3 times. 40. Okay? 40, 50, 60, 70. Let me do that again. I have 40. I'm adding 30 to it. I know there are 3 tens in 30. Here's my 3 tens. And I'm going to add them to my 40, starting with 40. 40, 50, 60, 70. Yeah, so we have a total of 70 pencils. Well, now she threw 12 of them away. She threw 12 of them away. So let's make another tape diagram. Okay, let's make another tape diagram. I have 40. I'm going to subtract because she got rid of some. I'm going to subtract because she got rid of some. Okay? So I'm not going to put my tape together. Here's my 12. Am I going to need a roof to get bigger or our basement to get smaller? I'm going to need my basement. I'm going to need my basement to get smaller. Okay. Now I'm going to subtract. Okay. I'm looking at my problems. I'm going to have 40 minus 12. Okay. 40 minus 12. Well, I know it's easier to subtract tens. It's easier to subtract tens. So I'm going to pull out 10 from here, and then I have 2 left. Okay? Now I can subtract. I'm going to subtract this 40 and this 10. 40 minus 10. If I count backwards, I have 40. I know I have 4 10s, and I'm going to count backwards. 10. What do I have left? I have 30 left. I have 30 left. Okay. Now that I have 30 left, I need to subtract this 30 and this 2. So I'm going to have 30 minus 2. Well, I have 30. I'm going to count backwards 2 times. 30, 29, 28. Let's do that again. I have 30. I'm going to count back 2 times. 29, 28. There are 28 pencils left. So on the back side, let's write our sentence. There are 28 pencils left. And there is my sentence. 2-step problem. We had to add and then we had to subtract. And my answer is there are 28 pencils left. How many are left? There are 28 pencils left. Okay? You may pause this so you can write all of this down. Okay? Go on and pause so you can write all this down so we can keep moving on. Okay? So go on and pause. Then come back to me. Okay, here we go. So let's start back with our concept, what I want to teach you today, which I have over here. I can count the total value with place value disk. I can count the total value with place value disk. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today is, let me get started here. I have a place value chart. Okay, that looks like this. Here's my place value chart. Hundreds, tens, ones. Hundreds, tens, ones. Place value chart. Okay. So I am going to use disk or circles to count hundreds, tens, and ones to get the total value, of a number. Okay? That's what I'm going to do to get the total value of a number. So, let's say I have I'm reading just really quickly. Okay. I have the number I can't find my number that I want. Here it is. I have the number 12. Okay? And I want to show that in my place value. I want to show that in my place value. Hey, so I have the tens and I have the ones here. I have tens and I have ones. I don't have any hundreds. So I'm not going to put anything in my hundreds column. I'm going to use my tens and I'm going to use my ones. Hey, how many tens do I have? I have 1. I have 1 10. How many ones do I have? I have 2 ones. Okay? My circles are my disc. So I can look at this and I have 1 10, 2 ones, and that is 12. When I wrote this out earlier, I said we have 1 10, 2 ones. And that's exactly what I drew in my place value chart. 1 10 and 2 ones. Okay? Okay. So this is what I would like you to do. We're going to do some of these together. So what I want you to do is you need to get out your problem set. Okay? You need to get out your problem set. Okay? And you don't have a lot of paper on your problem set, a lot of room, but at the top of your problem set, this is where I'm working. I'm working at the top. The numbers at the top. Okay? I'm working at the numbers at the top. So, what I would like you to do is either on this or on another piece of paper, which is perfectly fine, I want you to draw your place value chart like what I have. Okay? I need you to draw your place value chart on your paper. Okay? You can draw it right here on your paper. Right there on your paper. Okay? Well, the next number says 124. I have, let's label it, hundreds, tens, and ones. Okay? In your place value chart, let's write this number. Don't write it really big because we're going to use our chart for multiple numbers. So I hope you made a pretty good sized chart. If not, you can fix it. Hey, how many hundreds do I have? I have 100. How many tens do I have? I have 2 tens. How many ones do I have? 4. 4 ones. 124. That's my number. 124. Okay? Now I want you to draw a line under it like this. So we're going to use the same chart to do the next number. So fix your chart so it looks like this. You can make your chart bigger so that we can put more than one number in it. Okay, number C says 104. I have, let's label, hundreds, tens, ones. Well, we've got it labeled. How many hundreds? 1. I have 100. How many tens? 0. I'm not going to draw anything in my tens. How many ones? 4. So I'm going to draw 4 in here again. 1, 2, 3, 4. 104. Just like my number over here. 104. Okay? Then I want you to draw another line, just like that. Okay? The next number we have is 299. 299. Okay, I'm going to label it hundreds, tens, ones. I want you to be labeling. When I look at your work, I want to see it labeled. Hundreds, tens, ones. How many hundreds do I have? I have 2. So I'm going to put 2. How many ones do I have? I'm sorry, how many tens do I have? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. How many ones? 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 299. Same as my number over here. Okay, now I've got to make my place value chart a little bigger so I can do the next problem. If you need to, or if you need to move someplace else, you can do it this way. My last one, my last number is 200. Let's label it. We want to label it first. Hundreds, tens, ones. How many hundreds do we have? We have 2. 2 hundreds. How many tens? 0. I'm not drawing. How many ones? 0. I'm not drawing. This shows me 200, just like my number. 200, just like my number. Okay? Good. Okay, what I'm going to do now, so I'm going to erase mine. Okay? What I want to do for the bottom half, for part 2. For part 2, I know it says do this with a partner. We don't have partners. We're at home. We can't take turns. So, let's draw here, if we can. Let's draw a place value chart on this side. And let's draw a place value chart on this side. Okay? So we'll draw a big square here. And we're going to label it hundreds, tens, and ones. And we'll do the same thing on this side. We're not going to do all of them. We're only going to do a few of them that way. So, here's my chart. Okay? Hundreds, tens, and ones. And here's my chart that's on the other side. Okay? Hundreds, tens, ones. So you should have 2 charts drawn just like that next to those numbers. Okay. Let's start with the first number. The first number is 25. So let's put 25 here. Okay? First thing we need to do is we need to label. We need to label. I only see 2 numbers, so I don't have a hundreds. So this would be tens and ones. Okay, now we can draw it. How many tens? 2. How many ones? 5. And I'm going to draw a line underneath because I just did that number. Okay? Let's jump over here and let's do this side. This side, the number is 36. Okay, we need to label. I only have 2 numbers, so it's a 10 and a 1. How many tens? 3. How many ones? 6. So I'm drawing my place value. And that shows me 36. Okay, well, let's skip down on this side, and let's do C. 520. Let's label. First we label. Hundreds, tens, and ones. How many hundreds do I have? I have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many tens? We have 2. 1, 2. How many ones? 0. I'm not going to put anything there. 520. And there is my number. Let's do this side. Okay, on this side, we're going to do, and I'm going to put it down here because I'm out of room, 630. Okay, hundreds, tens, ones. How many hundreds? We have 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. How many tens? 1, 2, 3. How many ones? 0. I'm going to draw my line. 630. Let's do one more on each side. Let's do this one here, 205. Let's label. Hundreds, tens, ones. How many hundreds do I have? 2. How many tens? 0. I'm not going to put anything there. How many ones? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This shows 205, and that is my number. Let's do one more on the other side. We're going to do 306. Okay, let's label. Hundreds, tens, ones. How many hundreds? 3. 1, 2, 3. How many tens? 0. Not going to put anything there. How many ones? 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this reads 306. Just like that. 306. Okay, 306. Okay, great job. So now this comes to our exit ticket. So if you look at your exit ticket, you will see you have A and you have B. You are to count how many and write the number. Count and write the number. Remember, if there's a 0 at the front, if there's not any hundreds, I didn't add a 0. Okay? I didn't write with a 0 when I did that. But if I have a number that starts with the hundreds, I have to write the 0 at the end. Okay? Okay, so you're going to do that. And then, for part 2, it says fill in the sentence below to tell the change from 36 to 360. You don't have to do that part. So, I want you to take a pencil, and I want you to make an X. You do not have to do number 2. Those of you who have an X there, I know you watched my video, okay? Good luck. You just have to do the top 2. I'll be back just a little bit with your science.